With Veterans Day being celebrated this week, we look to honor the brave men and women that fought for our country, especially the ones that walk these halls. Teachers like John Lane, Madeira McKee, and Raymond Brown have all taken time out of their lives to fight for the red, white, and blue.
Why did I decide to join the Air Force? Well, I grew up around airplanes and I always wanted to fly, and it always looked like the aviators were having the most fun, so I thought that this would be a good thing to do.
Honestly, because, well, first of all, I didn't really have very many. I screwed up in college when I first got there, so I didn't really have a whole lot of options left. So the other reason was that there had been a long history in my family of people being in the Army, and I'm not big into camping. And air conditioning is good, and so is hot food, and both of those things you can get in the Navy. So.
Yeah, so the best part of the Army, the best part of the military is that instant family, that instant friend group, that you work together, you play together, you're all in one place, and it's really interesting to have that kind of togetherness, and that's really hard to replicate anywhere else.
I will say that in the Navy, there's a tradition sometimes of having male relatives come on board for a short cruise so they get to know what it's like to be on ship. And so my dad had done that. We were in New York for Fleet Week, and he came on board in New York, and we sailed back to Virginia. So there was a bunch of the crew had male relatives on board, and they get a chance to see what it's like, to see what flight ops are like on a carrier, all that.
Christmas Day 2004. And so my husband and I talked about it, and it was Christmas morning, and I'd said my goodbyes to my kids the day before and everything, but my husband and I talked about it, that we didn't want my leaving to be a big deal to the kids. We didn't want it to be traumatic. So we got the kids all, our two kids at that point, we only had two then, had Christmas presents and stuff, and I snuck out in my Army uniform to go out and drive to Fort Sam Houston to go out to Iraq. And so it was just knowing that my kids were safe and happy, but also just that, Christmas Day, leaving my kids to go, to go to a different country.
Words for students that would want to join the military after high school. I think it's a great opportunity to not only find out what you want to do, it offers a lot of great career choices that you can figure out. It's also an opportunity to take advantage of a lot of great benefits. If you're looking at it from a positive instead of always trying to think, well, the military's making me do this or that, which they will use you for their needs, but if you use them back, there are so many great opportunities, including a college education, free of charge.
To all the veterans across America, we thank you for your service. I'm Ryan Yarbrough for WIN TV.